Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick.
And I'm Bill. And we're going live.
And that's my husband in the background. Yes, we are going to be doing a live here. So let me look and see if it has come up.
It hasn't popped up yet.
Okay, well, we got
I'm going.
Got to give it a minute here. It is on mine.
Okay.
I see
It
it.
just popped up on mine.
Okay, so come on in, say hello, tell us where you're from.
Hello, hello, hello.
We've got a drawing to
Hi,
do.
Kristen Tatum and Jackie and
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen LaFrenzo.
Oh, we got two Kristens in here,
Yeah.
and Jackie and Cindy. Well, welcome everyone. Tell us where you're from. We've got Virginia, Pittsburgh, Iowa, and Nebraska so far. Do we represent any other states or any other countries?
Missouri, Montana. Laura's on.
Hi, Laura. Shared to Facebook. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, Lucy. Hey, Lucy, how's your hand? Just curious. Bill, watch for that comment, would you?
Will do.
Okay. There's Colorado, Wisconsin in the house.
Woohoo!
Pennsylvania. That must be Beth Ann. You're welcome, Kathy. Mary Jo. Hello, Deb. There's another Iowa. Shared on you all. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, you guys. There's Iowa from Marcia. Missouri. Hello, Chris. If you're close to me, I'm in Palmyra, Missouri. If you're close to me, we need to stamp together. So.
She lives down by St. Louis, I think.
Does she? Well, we're only like an hour and a half away from St. Louis, or an hour, or where are we?
Hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on where you want to go.
Okay, Lucy says, much better, still has IV antibiotics. Oh, yuck. Okay, there's Jean Orwig. So, we got enough people here. Let's get this moving, because I've got kind of a fun demonstration. Yeah, I said Mary Jo. I have to say.
Deb's on too.
Well, she's not from Wisconsin, though.
Deb Norman?
No, she's from Dubuque.
Oh, she's from Iowa. She's on the other side of the river.
Yeah, she's on the other side of the Mississippi. No, I have to shout out to my Packers gal. Okay, hi, Lori. Okay, so let's start with,
Ola's awake. Where's my cookies?
Is she there?
Yeah. Where's my cookies?
If he gets a cookie, Nick, I get a cookie. That's all I have to say. So last week we did these fun,
or a stupid biscuit or whatever.
It's not a biscuit, it's a cookie. Just because she doesn't speak proper English, that's not our problem. So, I should say American, because she probably speaks more proper English than we do. We made this fun card here, a Valentine's Day card. It says, love you. And then, you know, I think I forgot last week, you can flip it the other way. I did it because I wanted the really soft love you. But you can flip it the other way, and then you have the darker print if you want to. Did that make sense? I don't think that made sense. Let me just show you. Bill had to step out. He's on. Okay. No judging. It's been very hectic lately. So I did this side so that it would have this small print. But if you want to do it on this side, see, I've been so busy. I didn't even get this cleaned from last week. Isn't that awful? But if you want to do it on this side with the dies and flip it around, you can. So that you get that darker print, bolder print. Okay, that's what I meant to say. All right, so we have a drawing, and he stepped out, so I guess I'm going to do that in just a moment. Let's go on. Why do cows wear bells? So does anyone know? Bill's not in here to make a guess, so I'll just scratch it off. I got these cards from Kathy Walton. It says... Oh my gosh, because their horns don't work. I'm kind of glad he's not in here because he would think that was funny. Okay, because their horns don't work. let's keep going on. Are you guys loving Celebration? Now, I don't know if this is true, but I will find out tonight at 1 a.m. my time. I think Stampin' Up! Might be adding some more products to their Celebration. So if you are new to Stampin' Up!, for every $50 that you spend in our mini catalog or even our annual catalog or even our clearance rack, just anything that's current that they are selling, you can get something for free from our Celebration stuff. Now we have things in the $50 tier and we have things in a $100 tier. And we'll be using this, I think, on Friday. It is so pretty. So I wonder if Jean shoots here. I don't have Bill to tell me if Jean made it because we're going to be doing some purple this week. So today I want to show you, you guys have seen me use the dies from the Thoughtful Expressions and the Thoughtful Expressions dies. If you bundle it together, you do save 10%. Well, I'm going to be doing some blending today. So my purple and blue lovers are going to love this. And teach a little blending because normally I just use them I use blends to color in, but we're going to be blending and we're going to be blending into different colors, which is fun. So maybe we should start there. Actually, I think I'll start there. We'll come back to this when he gets back from his call. So I'm just going to start with a piece of basic white, and we're going to stamp this image and we're going to stamp this image. So the smaller of the flowers and then the hummingbird. And I'm just going to use some of my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Now when I have had kind of something in there. I'm not sure what that was. It looked like a pebble. But when I have a larger stamp that I'm putting on a larger block, I definitely like to take ink to stamp. I think I get a better even image. Okay, so we're going to just stamp this down here. I'm giving it a good press, just to make sure that ink transfers. Isn't this the neatest? And you know, I don't know what the lighting is like. Let me stand up and let me see if I can, I don't know. You guys tell me if that's any better. If that gives more or does that glare? Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. Smaller stamp, so I'll go the other direction with this, and I'll just, where do I want to do it? Guess I'll do it at this end. Oh, I don't like that. I didn't give it a moment for all that ink to transfer. Much better. So has someone made a response yet? I'll turn around and look. I can't tell if the lighting is better with the overhead light on or not. Okay, I want you guys to see that.
Light is great.
Okay, I want you guys to see this because of the blending that I'm going to do. So a lot of times I just do, we're going to start off simple on this. I just do coloring. So for instance, I've got the dark lemon lolly here, and in the center of the flower, I just am coloring it. That is not blending. That's just coloring in. That's easy enough, right? Anyone can do that. And then if you're going to do basic blending, let me make sure I got the right, that's Oasis. Highland Heather I have here. So, and light freesia. So this is the light Highland and the light freesia. I don't want much of a difference, but I am going to go in here. You missed the joke, Bill.
I'm sorry.
I know. You want to know what it was?
What?
Why do you, oh, I started with the wrong color. That's okay. So this is really going to be basic. I will show you the right way. So this I'm just coloring in. Why don't cows wear bells? And being that you were a dairy farmer growing up, you would probably know the answer, right?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
This is the light Pretty Peacock. because they can't play their horns. They can't play the horn. Or something like that. Did you like that? I thought
Yeah.
you'd think that was hilarious.
They can't play the horns?
Yeah, you need to talk up there.
Okay, will do.
Okay, so this one's basic because I just colored in. Simple. Anyone can do that. But this one, I want him to look a little more, what's the word I'm looking at? Did anyone come back and say if the light is...
They said it was great.
Okay, the lighting isn't bugging them or anything. Okay, so this one I want to look a little more, you know how hummingbirds...
Light Frasier? Question mark.
This is light fresh freesia I'll be using, but I'm going to mix it with the light Highland Heather. I was supposed to do that with this and I didn't, but I will show you the difference. Okay, this will work just fine. So I want to mix some colors. So I'm going to start off, and this is the dark Parakeet Party. So it is a vibrant green. I am going to miss this when this goes away. And I'm going to start off on his head, and I'm just going to color him in. So right now I'm not blending. I'm just going to lay down some of this color and down his chest here and even up his wing. And I think I might actually just kind of come down his bodice a little bit. Not all the way, but up his wing and maybe even up there a little bit. Okay, so it is vibrant, as you can see. Now, while this is still wet, I'm going to grab, let's see, what do I want to grab? Let's start here with, nope, that's not the one. Here we go. This is the light boho blue. I'm going to use the brush. That's my preferred. And I'm going to come right into that green that I just went on because I want to make a different color. It's going to be a little darker green that I'm making out of this. And I'm just going to do, and then I'm going to go down into his body. And I don't know how well you can see that in this light. I really wish this showed up better, but they've got the blue and then it goes into this darker green. So let's continue with this. Let's go right here underneath of his bill. And then I think I'm going to change this from the boho to the light Orchid Oasis. So this has got some real purple blue zingers in it. And I'm going to come right over that green and follow this around, okay? Get some of that color on there. I'm going to do the same thing down here and get some of that brighter color down here. Coming again, I'm going to take Highland Heather. This is the light Highland Heather, and come over everything I just did with that blue and the green and start blending into that. Okay, I'm also going to do some of this down here, going right into that blue. So I'm blending into the two. You can blend our colors together even if they're in a different color family. It makes a different transition of color. Going back, I'm going to go for more boho. Let's add more boho on his body here and kind of put that right over where we were on the Orchid Oasis. I keep wanting to say, if you guys have been around Stampin' Up! Any amount of time, I keep wanting to say Orchid Opulence or something like that. I think we had one years ago. So then I'm going to come back in with the Highland Heather, and I'm going to mix. I've got a little spot here. I'm going to mix that. Now see, that made just a little bit different color. And then I'm going to go over where I was, coming back in here. Now I've got some white spots in this, and I want the fresh freesia to finish out these ends because they're a little lighter. You're going to have more light shining through them is what my thought was. And I'm filling in all of these little extras. Now don't worry about it being exactly perfect. This also adds a little bit more pink to it. Okay, now do I want to do anything else? I think I do. I'm going to take that pretty peacock. I got the bullet end. And I think what I'm going to do here, first of all, my bullet's kind of coming out. There we go. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a little bit underneath here and a little there. I want to break up a little on his head and a little there. And then with a little boho. Now you do this however you want to. I'm going to come in. So you can make these really customized however you want. This was very quick demonstration, but for time's purposes, I went ahead and I cut them out. Well, actually, just a little side note before you do what I do. I had been using this so much for these dies, I didn't realize that this die actually cut this out. So I cut this out by hand before I realized that there's actually one to cut out the flower and one that you laugh at me, that's right. But I am going to be using the third from the outside, this die, and we're going to be doing our base. So we did a little coloring. And I'm going to move this out of the way for now. I think before I lose those, I have a tendency to lose things. I'm going to put these back in here, move those off to the side. But you can see on here, I'm hoping that that light, the light seems like the camera kind of blocks it. But does that show, Bill? How those are kind of blended.
I love it.
Into each other? Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to move this stuff aside so that I have some room because I've got to get the big Stampin' Cut Emboss. I do want to show you. Do you guys, have any of you, a few of you, I'm using this paper again because I'm going to use this for something other than Valentine's. I know this is kind of, it's called our most adorned 12 by 12. And I'm going to actually use this sheet so that you know which one. It's got the funky pink on the other side, but we're going to use this because it has the beautiful gold foil on it. And the flowers match the flower in that set. So let's start here with our stamp pack. We're going to do a couple of things. Actually, I think before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my, do I want Fresh Freesia or Highland Heather? Fresh Freesia. I think I'm going to do Highland Heather. And I want to grab one of the large blending brushes and the Highland Heather here. And I am just going to let's do our envelope. There's a lot of steps to this card. It's very easy, but I just want to brush some color on because I'm going to have a purple card. And so you could have done the blue too if you wanted. I know that Marcia is a big blue fan, but I've been doing a lot of blue, so I'll do a little purple. Jean's quite the purple fan. What's your guys' favorite Stampin' Up! Color? Let's take a poll. I'm curious. For me now that...
Stampin' Up! Color?
Stampin' Up! Color, yeah. Yours is real red. I knew it was going to be
real red.
Yeah.
Always real red.
He likes real red. My favorite one now that they took Bermuda Bay away is... it goes between Melon Mambo and Berry Burst these days. Okay, so I just wanted to add some purple color to this because I wanted to add this to our card because I think this will do nicely. Let me get, tip you guys. Remember how I was fighting with my pad. I cut a pad in half. I let it dry out, cut it in half, and then re-moistened it, obviously. And now I can get my quarter pad and my chamois when I want the thicker stuff in there. So I can wipe this off. If you become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, well, we've only got the month of February left. You can get this for absolutely free. It is wonderful. First, I wasn't sure. I want to make sure that's dry. Okay. But I'm telling you what, I have really grown to love it. So we're just going to do our envelope first. I think this adds a nice touch. No naked envelopes. Since I started doing this, I have been loving it. You got your supplies right out. I want you to notice these hearts go up. Sometimes I always don't follow that. You got your supplies right out. How many of you have more DSP than you can count? If you do, you're hoarding it and you need to start doing your envelopes.
That's right. You need to start making me cards.
Bill wants cards. There is a shameless poke at getting some mail.
That's right.
Bill wants happy mail, you guys. Who will send him a little happy mail? Oh, by the way, I forgot to gather all the cards to share some cards.
Did we do the drawing?
No, because you walked out, but we'll do the drawing, you guys. We will do it. We'll just have to do it at the end this time. So if you share my video, your name gets put into a drawing. Bill likes to draw. Okay, now we've got this done. So we're going to have a matching envelope.
Well, I want cookies too, Mary Jo, but a card can come with it.
You are being just shameless tonight. Mary Jo's the one I wanted to talk to, actually. Mary Jo, I got your card. I forgot to bring it out, but I will. I'll remember next week. I've got to share it with everyone. She knows I'm such a critter lover, and she sent me this fabulous critter card. Okay, so this is a Highland Heather base. I have a piece of the Orchid Oasis, and then a piece of this DSP.
Welcome, Paula, first-time watcher.
Well, welcome. Where are you from? We always like to know where you're from.
Where are you from, Paula?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with this piece, and I want to use this die to cut in here. And I am going to move these pieces that we'll be using. You can go ahead and say it out loud, Bill, when she answers.
I will.
Okay. So
Virginia.
Woohoo!
Woodbridge.
And let me grab some. I've got some washi tape here.
Washi tape.
I am going to just kind of a little bit up, not quite center. It's a little bit higher. And then you have to determine what you like. Do you like the little dip in the middle? I tend to like the big dip up in the middle. Does that make sense? So you've got this one that you can have facing up and down, or you can have this one. And for some reason, I like the bigger one. That's my personal preference. I've got my hearts facing up because I do have a directional paper. I don't always remember to do that. And so let me just kind of eyeball this. It's a little more at the bottom than at the top. That's just my preference. And instead of just dead center. And then I'm going to adhere that on. So we're going to bring in, now I'm bringing in the big one. So I didn't clean it for the demonstration. There's ink on it and all kinds of stuff. But I'm just going to set this down on here and put my pad on it and run it through. So we're going to make a peekaboo card. But you can't go through all those layers that I was discussing with you without having it put too much stress on the machine and not getting a very good, ooh, I got some sticky, there we go, washi tape here. So I like to keep my washi tape there. I'll use this for another project, but I want to continue because we're going to move this out again. We're going to move this out a few times so that I get a really good demonstration. I want to take this and put this down on the Orchid Oasis. Now this is cut, I believe, yeah, this is 4 by 5 1/4. So my DSP is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So I want to adhere it down with a little bit of my liquid glue. So the liquid glue is my absolute favorite. I live in a humid climate, and I like my stuff to stay attached. And so you're welcome to use like the Stampin' Seal, which is a tape runner, if that's what you're into. But I'm going to seal this down. Now, what I love about these dies is not only can I line it up again and run it through again, but it's also going to get that stitching in this. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's not going to change. So I just line it up and I can feel right away where that goes. I don't even have to do a washi tape this time to hold it in place.
Really?
It just kind of locks in there. Of course, I have my old Stampin' Up! Magnetic thing on this one. I save it for special occasions. This is one of them. Okay, so run that through. Now, that probably would have cut through these 2 levels pretty good, but it wouldn't have had, sometimes you get, see that cut through very, very nicely. So I can pull that out. Now I have that. So I'll save that for another project. Move this aside. But when you're going through 3, it doesn't work. So I'm going to start off and just look at what my project would look like. And I'm going to glue it down using, I like this Tombow liquid glue. It is very sticky. You don't need much but this small bead like you see me doing here. I do about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge, just so that if I need to put it on, or I put it on crooked, like I most normally do, that side is less than this, I can move it and then I'm not smearing it on the outside of my project. So, and this is the reason why you can't use the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because for the last time, I'm going to be pulling this over and doing it again. So when you want a project to have a neat look to it, and it has to go through this way. So I can feel that. It's been double cut, so I can feel where that needs to line up. Let's see here. There we go. I can feel that lock in. Bringing my cutting plate in, and I can run that through it again. Instead of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, now I'm cutting them one sheet at a time, one piece of DSP at a time. Did you learn something, Bill?
One sheet at a time.
Yes. Now, as you can see, it does get harder because you've got layers in there. So I really need to do that again. But it's not going to have the frayed little edges around my frame when I'm done. Also, another trick, once I get this through, I'm going to show you. I save the backs. This is from A Walk in the Forest. I save the backs of these. Oops, let me pull that off. And I use these, as you can see, it's kind of turned up, because when I want to, I just put it on my project. Now I got to go the other way. But it's a little harder to run through, but when you have something that's detailed, I may have not lined that up right. When you have something's detailed that you want to cut out, this is the way to do it, is use this. This
Well,
is
yeah, because you don't have to sit there and fussy cut.
right. Well, like if it's something that has more detail in it. And let me check and see if this worked. It still did not work.
Didn't cut?
No, I've got to do it the way I do it, I think. Let me try this direction. I'm trying to do it all nice and correct. Because it's going, you got to remember that die is having to fight going through the layers. And there's 2 layers of cardstock on top. It's not impossible. It just may take a little work. Let's see. It's mostly cutting. There's just a few little edges. And that's where putting that shim on there really does help. But I'm going to use a smaller one like this so I concentrate this area. And can they see me even though I'm doing it this way? It is okay to fold it in half if you need to.
You just folded it in half. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it is okay to do that. Is it going to be tight? Yeah, it's going to get tight. You are not going to break your machine.
Boy, you're really cranking.
Yeah, well, we want it to cut. Okay, I'm pretty sure that did it. Now, I wouldn't have had to do all of that to make the point, but it is important that you guys see it is possible. Oh, no. There we go. All right.
So what was that little thing you took off the ring?
This die cut?
Yeah, off to the side. Yeah, that right there. Yep. That's a die cut. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a die cut that is from this Thoughtful Expressions set of dies.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, word to the wise. I folded that in half. Next time I won't do that like that because it was smaller than the card. You should fold it bigger than the card. All right. So now that that has been through the crank like 100 times, little exaggeration, let's set this off to the side and grab this piece. So this is the inside, and I have this cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I want to go ahead and put this right on the inside of my card while I'm thinking about it. So again, that green glue gives me a moment to kind of get that even in my spot all the way around. FYI, you guys, when I'm sitting in my own thing and not trying to do this on camera, that was a lot easier.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so I've got this little bit of orchid here, and what I want to do is grab the Orchid Oasis and my sentiment. And the one that I chose is from the stamp set. And I chose Where in the World Would I Be Without You? Don't we all have somebody that we want to send a card like that to? Mine's my, sorry, Bill. Mine's my daughter. Is she on here?
I haven't seen her, but
so,
I invited her.
Okay. I am going to stamp this. Now I have a very nice and inky orchid stamp pad, but I'm going to stamp this just a little bit lower because of how I'm going to decorate. Ugh, don't slop. That would be another tip. Don't slop on your projects, but I'll let that dry and then I'll use the sand eraser to get rid of some of that. So that way I've got this color coming out. Oh my gosh, I'm a disaster tonight. Look at me.
You got it on your fingers?
I got it on my fingers and I got it on my project. Yuck.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know. Just
You're billing it tonight.
Jackie made me do it.
Jackie made you do it?
I have to have someone to blame and Joy hasn't been around. Is Joy here?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay. So there's also this ribbon. and it is the metallic woven ribbon, and it is an 1/8 inch, which is perfect for the project that I'm going to be doing. And this is in the Orchid Oasis, so I'm bringing that orchid in with this purple. What I want to do, here's a thing to teach you. I'm going to make a bow, which I know that Jackie
doesn't like.
Loves the bows. Actually, she's been getting pretty good.
She is really good on bows now.
And now I'm going backwards. Let me try this again. I want to make a large bow with this. I want to make kind of a sloppy bow. I can always trim it down, but I want it to be a little larger than I normally do for a small little bow like this. Hold on a second. Let's pull in. I use these dies, come with the set, and I'm just going to use some glue dots here to attach them. I don't like to attach things completely down. Sometimes I like it to have a little lift. So I'm going to go here on this big one, and I'm going to attach this down, and I'm going to have this kind of going right over this little peekaboo that we have. I'm going to have it going right over like that. And then this one, where did my take your pick tool go? Didn't I just...
I thought you just had it.
I thought I did too. Here it is. I got a new organizer.
It's right there.
Thanks for the help, Bill.
Yeah.
It's something that is amazing that you do for me. Okay. So, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to have it going maybe just a little towards the, I don't want it going, I could do this, but I want it to have a little bit of like offset. So I'm going to put it maybe like that. Okay. Now, keeping this intact, let me get my little, I want to take one of these. Seriously, tonight's one of those nights, huh? And I just want to put this down here and take this bow. Now let me take a look at where I want this bow to land. Yeah, just kind of a big sloppy bow. I ended up doing pretty good there. And we'll cut this down. Then let's grab some mini glue dots. And I don't know, where's the flower? Here it is. Let's grab the flower. So on this one, I don't know if you can see, but the darker is just, or the middle is just slightly darker. And I did that because I didn't want it to be as drastic of a difference. I want my hummingbird to actually stand out more. So when you've got this bow and you've got these layers here, you need to have, I think I want regular. You need to have a little height. So we're going to take right underneath of this and we're going to pull off the first
blue and purple,
dimensional. What's that?
The blue and purple, they're loving it.
And then I'm going to do another one right on top. I just stick them to each other. That way, and I'm going to do the greenery, I think, kind of coming down and out. So I'm over, you can see, I'm over here on this. Okay. Good. Any questions or anything?
No, just want to remind everybody to share. Share.
So then I want to have this coming right up in here. So you got to really pay attention, because if you're having that, you don't want any of the dimensionals coming past. So we're just going to take some dimensionals, and we know that it's going to hook right on these wings, and it'll hook here, and then how far I can hook one there. So I've got 3. Right here, and let's see where that head is. I can probably do one of the mini on the head just to stabilize that. Where did my minis go here? Here's some paper pumpkin minis. Right there. Okay. So my green is really the nice kind of focal spot on this. There we go. He's so pretty. So it's peekabooing like this. Then, what do we got? But we have the Tinsel Gem 4-pack. Have you seen these? That goes to another set. But they have kind of this Parakeet Party Granny Apple Green. I think it's actually I don't know, one of them, but it goes very nicely. So instead of putting it on the outside, because I've got some lift to this, and hello for all of those who are going to ask, does this cost extra postage? No, it doesn't. I'm going to put them on the inside. So I'm going to have one here. I got to leave room so I can clean that up. One there. And then I'll do a bigger one down here. So I'm pulling that color right into this focal area. Plus it brings some more color on the inside like this. So other than all of my screw ups tonight, do you like the card itself? The other thing that you could do, if you wanted to, is always take Stella. Now, I think that Stella is very, very pretty in small doses. I'm not as big into Stella as some people are. I like glitter, but I like Stella differently. So I'm going to take it, it's almost like a highlight to me. So I'm going to take it around some of these lighter places on the bird, down here and down here. And then I'm okay with doing the flower though. So we'll put some Stella on there, the Clear Wink of Stella. That awesome? Bill, you're not saying anything.
Yes, it is awesome.
Did everyone go home?
No, everybody's there.
Okay.
Taking care of a driver.
Oh, okay. I will try to get this cleaned up so that this is going to be something worth winning next week. Okay, so
They're all worth winning.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
So we have last week's winners that we need to draw for. So I love this because of the embossing, and I just love the kind of fun fold that this was in. If you haven't seen this video, you can always check them out on YouTube. I will say this, let's do our drawing here. Let me just run through a couple of announcements. Please like and share and make a comment. Let me know what you think of tonight's card, the ideas on blending. It is a lot easier. I know, Marcia, you said you don't know how to do it. I have so many videos out there of blending. You can even use them just to color. If you're watching me later on YouTube, please click subscribe, comment, like, share. Okay, starting tonight at midnight, Mountain Time, Stampin' Up! Is doing a pre-order for us. I think there may be some new things added to the Stampin' Up! I'm not sure, so don't quote me, but I think there may be. I think I heard some rumor of that. I also, if with every $80 order this next month, using my host code, and that's before taxes and shipping, I've got a stamp pack that I'm sending you as my gift. Plus, you're going to earn 2 Piccadilly Perks rewards. I have 1 paper share left. If anyone wants it, I can get that into the mail tomorrow. I just need to do a PayPal so that the money's here right away. And a paper share is a quarter pack of every paper that we have in the catalog. It's $45, and that includes the shipping on this. Please use this host code on all orders. To order from me, it's very easy. All you have to do is hit the Shop Now button at the top here of Facebook. If you're watching me later on YouTube, all you have to do is go into my description. And that's about it for tonight. So let's get this drawing. We had quite a few people that, see, look at all that. So I'm going to shake this up. And I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And then, Bill, I'm going to reach over.
Okay, let me reach in. I got 1 and 2.
Okay. Who do you got?
Denise Carlson.
Oh, that's
She's
a new name.
New name.
That's a new name. Denise, I don't know who or where you are, so thank you for sharing my video, but please send me a message here on Facebook, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, please send it to me, and I will have my email address in the description.
And France. Beautiful France.
Oh, France. Was France on tonight?
Yes, she was.
France, we're so glad you're home. We are all so happy for you. Be looking forward to getting that card in the mail. So, you guys, I had a great time tonight. I am going to be back on Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. And let me just say, I've got an extremely fun card that we can do that's very easy. It's one of Bill's 7-layer salads. Like,
all right, 7 layers.
So, you guys have a great evening.
Make sure you share.
Make sure you share, and we will see you Friday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.